Unfiltered, Awakening, and everything in between.
And you're welcome.
Thank you for joining us. Please let us know where you're watching from, so we can just know. We are actually streaming from Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
Yeah.
Where? Rothenburg. Eh?
Yeah, but they don't need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in Germany, in the south of Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in Germany, just drop where you are, and yeah, we keep connected.
Genau. So last week and the weeks before, we were talking about self-love, how to reconnect with yourself, and last week we talked about the difference between remembering yourself and finding yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and we left it off by finding. Tari explained how it is to remember, and now today she's getting into finding yourself, what comes with finding yourself.
Yes.
And also she will introduce a new topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are going to
okay, yeah.
So we touched about, if you go a few weeks before, about that the whole process of awakening is a journey inward into remembering who you are, who you always were before the world told you who to be, before names, land governed you, before birth certificate. And if you live in Germany, when you're born, the day you're born, you're given a Steuernummer, a tax number.
Yeah.
In Germany, the minute you leave the hospital with the birth certificate of your child, and your child leaves already with a tax number.
And before I used to hear that this tax number is what? You see, like kindergarten. I don't know how true that story is.
Yeah.
But the kindergarten the kids get, they come to pay it later
Yeah.
with this tax number. It's crazy.
And we also talked about how our environment shaped who we are right now, and it's not necessarily who we are or who we were always meant to be. And we talked about how trauma has shaped us, how the parents that were given to us have shaped us, the family, the siblings, the environment we were born into shaped us. So we have been on a journey of self-remembering, really going inside of ourselves and doing all the shadow work, all the healing, the releasing. It is a fun party.
To dismantle the old self-belief that we came and got it.
Yeah, and not just that. I feel that also there's a beauty in finally waking up and realizing this is not who I've been my whole life, and actually now saying, okay, so who am I? And that's where the question starts, when you start going inside of yourself. Who am I? Who actually am I? Without this name, without this family, without where I came from, without all the traumas and the burdens that were passed on to us, there is an essence in each and every one of us that is connected to the light source, God, if you want to call him the divine. But there is this light source inside of us that gave us breath to breathe and to be humans. And when you remember who you are, you automatically also remember that. So when you look around and all the dogmas that we've been taught, and you start questioning them too, it's pretty interesting, and I would highly recommend it. So join us. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you for joining us. Do you love Jordan? I don't know who Jordan is. Do you know who Jordan is?
I know the country. I know the country or the town.
Yeah, you're talking about Jordan, the person, exactly. But yeah, if it's a place, it is a place.
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, we don't know. Please clarify. Which Jordan are you talking about? Yeah, anyway, so today we want to talk about what it means to find yourself.
Yeah.
And in the first place, if you need to find something, it means it was lost. Yeah. So that means that in order for you to, when you get to a place where you feel like, okay, I need to find myself again, that means you have gone off.
You've detached
yourself. Exactly. And you need to start reconnecting with yourself. So the journey to remembering is remembering, okay, this is not who I am, this is not who I am, this is not who I am, this is not who I am. That's the first thing you do. All the pain and all the trauma and all of just the perceptions that were put on you by other people. And then you learn to see yourself through other people's mirrors. That is not necessarily who you are. So you start remembering who you actually are. Okay? And slowly you start seeing, oh, okay, this is actually who I am. And what normally happens is the life around you is not matching to who you're remembering yourself to be now. So that's where the work begins.
And Tari, like to remember who you are, like what makes that? Like, can you give an example? Like, is it like the system, like you're too much working that you forget to take care of yourself?
That's
Or
one of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that one. Or maybe self-belief, like you believe other things that are not really you.
Yes, like looking for validation outside of yourself. It's something that I have to keep on learning. As someone who was a people pleaser and who learned to seek validation from other people, that's one of the major ones. When you can finally reconnect with yourself to a point where you don't need to see validation or to look for validation from anything or from anyone, but from within yourself. And that is very freeing, should I say. And it's a day-to-day practice that you have to keep on practicing. Every single day you have to keep on going back. And but from my experience now, it gets to a point where it becomes embodiment. You carry it everywhere you go. This knowing that I am enough and I see myself and I love myself and I am capable and I'm a gift to this world. You don't need validation from anyone else when you embody that. But remember, before you embody anything, you have to integrate it. And how do you integrate it? That's where the remembering comes from. Take time to nurture yourself.
Remembering, not dismantling the idea that you've already put. Like to dismantle the idea, and then now you remember yourself, and then now whatever you've remembered is what you integrate.
Yes. Yes. So like Esther said, remembering yourself is waking up to the fact that you're more than what this life has told you to be. You're more than the people around you have told you to be. You're more than even what you yourself has believed yourself to be based on the mirrors that were shown to you about who you're supposed to be. And when you do that, some things start making sense, so you take them in and you keep them and you explore that. And there's some things where you're like, no, I do not want to be this person anymore. I cannot continue to be this person anymore. Out with it. Automatically you have outgrown it. And but it sounds easier said than done. It is not. You need to take lots of time to nurture yourself and to reconnect and to nurture yourself. It's like with any other relationship. If you want to have a successful friendship, you have to nurture it. If you want to have successful children, you have to nurture them. If you want to have a successful marriage, you have to nurture it. And if you want to have this belief in yourself and to integrate and embody it, you have to nurture yourself. You have to nurture the truth that you have found within yourself. That's the purpose of remembering. Now that you have remembered, what are you going to do with that information? How are you going to integrate it? How are you going to make it your truth? How are you going to embody it, live it? And that all goes back to nurturing and reconnecting, nurturing and reconnecting. It looks different for a lot of people. For me, it's taking walks, being present with my children, laughing with my children. What does it look like for you?
For me, it's cooking, cleaning, being there for the people I love, people I care for, even the walks. Just anything that has to pass through my hands.
Yes. And sometimes even for moms, for wives, for people who have partners, I have to, what's the word? I have to be intentional with myself. I'm intentional, first of all, with all the people in my life that I care about, with showing them and giving them my time, because giving them my time is my love language, because I know I need to nurture that relationship. And since I do that with everyone around myself, I've learned also to do that with myself. Okay, I've learned to be intentional with making time for myself to reconnect. If it's meditating, it's something that I do now as often as possible. And even when I don't have the time, I prioritize it now, because I know for me to give out my best version out to the world, I need me, my inside, my heart, my mind, my soul, mind, body, soul aligned. For me to stand in wholeness, and for my wholeness, I can give to the people around me. But I cannot give from an empty cup. So I have to take care of myself first. I have to nurture myself first. And from what I have put into myself, I'm able to put out to the people around me. And this is how we cancel the wounds and the trauma that has followed us after time and time and time and time again. Reconnect with yourself, love yourself, nurture yourself. And when you're remembering these things, automatically there is something that happens when you start giving yourself time, when you start noticing yourself in a different way, when you start nurturing yourself. Automatically you start seeing the things that you didn't see before, because before there was nothing to compare to. Do you understand? So if you grew up, for example, with absent parents, you don't really know what love looks like, so you emulate it. You start acting love out based on how people presume it, or how the world says love is supposed to look like. And that's how you find that most adults, they don't even know what love looks like. If I was to ask you right now, what does love mean to you? Can you answer me? Or what does loving yourself mean to you? Can you answer me? And another question is, I would like to ask is, do you know who you are? And not what people have told you to be, but what you believe yourself to be. Do you know that? Can you answer me that? And if you cannot answer me that, maybe it's time to go and find out, who really am I? Because we owe it to ourselves to do that. And that is the power of remembering. It sets you free.
Tari, where do we get the time to have all this?
That's why you have to make it. Because I just made a video about it. No one is going to come and say, take a break. No one is going to come and say, hey, let me take care of you. Let me pour into you. No one is coming. You have to choose yourself every single day. Especially, we live in a Western world. Life is so busy here, and life demands more and more and more, and life will always be demanding. But your health, your mental state, your heart, your happiness, your joy, that is not always going to be there. You have one life to live, and you owe it to yourself to live it to your best ability. And the only way to live it to your best ability is learning to reconnect with yourself daily, prioritizing yourself daily, loving yourself daily. And then from that, pour into your jobs, your children, your education, whatever it is you're doing. If you do it out of a place where you have poured out into yourself first, and then you pour it into whatever you have to do, you will see the difference. You will definitely see the difference. And not only that, you will start noticing what is for you and what is not for you. And that is so beautiful, because I don't have to be Esther, and Esther doesn't have to be me.
I remember before you said, like, to reconnect, you have to take 10 minutes and just sit with yourself.
Solitude.
Yeah, and find out who you are alone in silence.
Yeah.
And that's when now you get to figure out what you want, what you don't want, what serves you, what doesn't.
Yeah. I am hoping that out of this, the only thing, if you're watching from the other screen, is you can learn is prioritize yourself and be, well, not strict, but what's the word? I'm a bit tired today. What's the word? Consistent. Consistent for yourself, and actually choosing to show up for yourself every day. How can you expect other people to show up in your life when you yourself haven't learned how to show up in your own life?
Shari, what are like 2 methods of showing up?
Time.
For yourself.
Time. Making time for yourself. Carving time for your alone time.
Like just alone sitting in solitude, or you can also be alone doing other things.
Depends
like
on what you're doing. Also, depends on what you feel like doing. Also, it depends on what your needs are. Feel like doing is the wrong word, but it depends on what your needs are in that moment. And when you finally start living in self-awareness, you automatically knows. If you look really inside your heart and you've been practicing self-awareness for a while, you will notice it. By the way, it takes at least 21 days, 3 weeks to infuse a new habit in your life. So I wouldn't just say do it for a week and then stop. If you're,
it's actually supposed to be inborn, eh?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be in your bones.
Yes, that's where the embodying comes in and integration comes in. Okay, so when you're doing shadow work and all of those things, people tend to just rush and move on to the next thing. Okay, take time. Take time with yourself, take time with your heart, take time with your mind. You're worth it. Find your worth again. That's how you find your worth again, by the way.
In this process started from finding yourself, there's this thing. There are some people cannot sit. Now this is from also my own experience, that it gets a place where you can't even sit with your own thoughts.
Yes.
So
yes.
how do you manage to be able to just sit still with your thoughts, just even 2 minutes?
Sometimes you can't sit still, and I'm not saying you always have to sit still. I prefer it. I'm in a place where my nervous system has calmed down enough where I can sit down and meditate, and I can sit there for a long time. And the only reason why I have to leave is because I have things to do. But it's such a beautiful, peaceful place for me now that I love. But before I couldn't do that either, because my nervous system, by the way, that is just a sign. If you can't sit still and take 10 minutes of solitude for yourself, your nervous system is so done. That is a sign that your nervous system is down and you need to take care of yourself. And if your nervous system is down, everything you're gonna do in your life is gonna be out of survival mode. And coming from someone who's experienced living out of survival mode, it's not a good place to be.
So, Mutare, when you're practicing stillness, this moment, let's say 10 seconds, you've sat down.
You're
and then other
settling
things they've started already in the brain. How do you shut them out?
You don't shut them out. Let them.
You stay with them, even when it's horror.
Okay, I don't know what horror. I don't know what horrors you have in your
there was a time I tried doing meditation. I was like, where? So that moment, how can you escape that?
I don't think we need to escape. Actually, that's the whole point of self-awareness, because that's all we do in this world. We escape.
To escape the fear.
The fear.
Yeah, or maybe even just to confront that fear. Like you say, no, I am here. It's me. These are my thoughts,
Again, it goes back to grounding, and it goes back to your nervous system. That means that for you need to find other things to soothe your nervous system, to calm your nervous system down before you can get to that place. That is just a sign that your nervous system hasn't settled yet, and you need to settle your nervous system first. But there are other ways to reconnect with yourself where you don't have to sit still and do meditations. Walking, for example.
Yeah, those ones worked. Walking, cleaning.
Yes, I found movement, just pure movement, whatever you're doing. I found that there are moments when I'm too excited, or before when my nervous system was so done that I really couldn't sit down and meditate. I couldn't sit still. That was a sign that my nervous system was so done. So I walked.
So if your nervous system is in the body, how is it getting in the mind?
Because it's all connected. You know how your eyes, you can see, okay? You don't have to tell your mind to open your eyes. You can just, you can feel that you need to go to the bathroom. You just get up and you go to the bathroom. Do you understand? That's why you have to mind, body, and soul. It's all connected. And the nervous system is the center.
It's a signal. It's the first signal.
It's the first signal, but it's also like the center.
The center between the body and the soul.
It binds
it's
everything.
A transformer.
Yes. So if your nervous system is kaputt, in German we say kaputt, then everything else will seem quite difficult and heavy.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
And now we've also been giving a lot of tips on how to keep yourself grounded and keep yourself regulated. That you don't have all these problems.
By the way, grounding is the best way to take care of your nervous system. And grounding looks so simple, but what it does for your mind, like it just going for a 30-minute walk by yourself, it will do wonders for your health, for your mind, for your nervous system.
And not to go out for a walk and you're on the phone, or you're doing being mindful.
Be mindful with yourself. And so again, this is another thing. This is just common sense, okay? If you don't know how to be mindful with yourself, mindful with your nervous system, with your body, if you don't know how to listen utterly, fully to yourself and nurture yourself the right way, the correct way, because we learn it in ourselves first. How are you going to do it with your children, if you have children, with your partner, with your job, this is what I'm saying. If
That's why it continues.
yes,
The generation.
yes, and that's why we keep on playing the same loops. And not only that, it's just sad.
Yeah.
Because when you really do it out of a place of self-awareness, you get to experience life with all of its beautiful colors and ups and downs. So, yeah.
And in this very stressful world, you really need to be able to get in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And save yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is remembering and finding.
Yes. So that is all remembering, by the way. Just
now we are getting into finding. How is it finding yourself?
So when you've now remembered, okay, this is not who I was meant to be. And then now you go back into, okay, so who am I? You find your center, you find your, you heal your nervous system. And so now you have remembered who you are. And then you look at your life and you see things that does not match who you are anymore. And so you start finding who you are. You know,
and finding who you are is by like finding that thing which ignites your soul. Like if you do it, you just feel comfortable. It's not giving you fear. It's not giving you anxiety. Or even in that moment of anxiety, like you find a way on how to calm, not to escalate. Yeah, that is the finding.
Yeah, and not just that. If you're able to see yourself, and not just that, your friendships will start changing, your relationships will start changing, everything around you will start changing, because now you are finding yourself and choosing from a healthy and seeing yourself from a whole perspective, from a healed perspective, and not just from fractures of yourself. Because right now, when your nervous system is broken and you don't quite fully know who you are, and you're still living out of survival, and you're still living out of other people's mirrors, it's hard for you to be whole, and you're fractured. You're really fractured, and you cannot do anything out of a fractured state. You cannot. You will just be stuck in survival mode. And I know healing is not linear. Healing is scary and it's messy. But you owe it yourself.
And I think we heal until we die.
Yes.
Yeah, we just learn how to live with. We actually don't really heal completely, but we learn how to live.
It's
like the scars,
journey.
you see, like there's a wound, it will become a scar. There will always be something to show.
Yeah.
So we just learn how to live with the whole feeling, or maybe just to walk away from the wound.
Yeah.
And be in that place.
Not to walk away from a wound. I read a quote a few days ago where someone said that it gets to a point in your healing journey where you stop expecting healing anymore, and you just start living your life as is.
Yeah.
And that's actually the second pass after healing, because we always talk about healing, but we never talk about what life looks like after healing. And it's not going to all of a sudden be magical and everything is gone poof. It's still work. Every single day to reconnect with yourself. The only difference is now you prioritize yourself, you love yourself, you found your worth, and you've now learned to pour into yourself. And that becomes how you take care of yourself.
Identify yourself again with the wounds.
No, you don't identify yourself with the wounds, and you stop needing validation from outside of yourself.
And Tara, I feel like we've missed something in between this knowing ourselves, healing. There's something called astral projection. Have you met that? I think that we need to talk, because it's in between finding yourself. Someone has to astral project, and there's some people who get stuck in that.
So I think what Esther is talking about is the in between.
Yeah.
Between the old version of you, the person you're now becoming, and the person you know you want to become, but you're not there yet. And it can feel very murky. It can feel very uncomfortable. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, this astral projection, like you're just living in your head, like
as well.
Like you've already left your body. Have you seen that?
No.
You've left your body. You see, like, it's part of the healing,
Yeah.
and it's also part of awakening.
Yeah.
Like, you leave your body and you get be able even to observe yourself.
Yeah.
Like, but most times, some people get caught there and
Yeah.
they stay in that astral projection.
Yeah.
Like, you will find in their mind they just want to be this big person. They've
Yeah.
already seen the way they've won.
Yeah.
But in reality,
Yeah.
they're just somewhere
Yeah.
here down on the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah. That's very good.
Astral projection, it's something which happens.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so if you're going through awakening, there's something that happens where you start seeing yourself that the way you always have been. You start seeing your essence for what it truly is. It's magic and everything. And you need lots of grounding and temperance for yourself. And sorry, we have this. Let's go. So you start seeing yourself differently, and when you start seeing yourself differently, it's easier. It's because life here, your reality is still very difficult, and it's not matching how you feel in the inside. It's easy to get stuck up there.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, because I understand that. I went through that too.
And you really feel it, like,
Yeah, you really feel it.
It's almost mostly I see, like, the spiritual, like they say the astral projection. It's more, if you see on TikTok, people live in astral projection. Like, they will say at night the soul will detach, and then it will go elsewhere, and then all of a sudden it will come back. And that is something even people, like, they try, even with Kundalini, you know, the Kundalini,
Yeah.
they do it also with Kundalini.
Okay, also
Hello.
because I've experienced that, but at night when I'm sleeping, I don't mind.
To go.
I don't mind.
Have you ever heard of
I actually think-
sleepwalkers?
Yeah, my kids are sleepwalkers.
Ah.
Yeah, they were both were till like 5, and then they stopped.
Ah.
Like my daughter would would wake up, and then she would literally walk down the stairs super slowly. You talk to her, she won't react. Her eyes are open, but she just has this green on. She's completely sleeping, and then you just guide her back to her bed. My son does it too, but it stopped now.
Ah. There are people who are older, they do it. Like,
Yeah.
they're old, like 40, 50, and they do it.
Yeah,
And someone has to be at home to,
yeah,
like, to take
yeah. There's some people also who are like that, but that's actually I've never really quite understood. As I try to understand it for my own children, to understand what is happening and all of that, but it's also stress induced. So yeah, so if I had to watch out. Okay, what is happening in their lives right now? Is everything okay in school? Is everything okay at home? Sometimes they're just going through some growth spouts, and but in adults, I don't necessarily understand what causes it.
I think
or-
it's more into the spiritual side.
And I also think it's genetics. It's passed on because from my husband's family side, there are a few people also who sleepwalk, for example. But I don't mind at night. Anyway, but I think we're talking more about how to have the temperance to ground yourself enough to pull all of the knowledge and the information you now have into this reality, into this 3D world, because that life that you want, that life that you've remembered, it's not going to happen in an instant. And I think that's the most, yes, that's the most frustrating thing about going through awakening, when you feel differently inside and the world around you hasn't shifted. That is hard. That's really hard. And I think it's by design, because you're learning now to be this person, and you're changing. When you're learning to be this person, you're instantly changing frequency, because with every knowing, with every learning, with every integration, with every embodying, you're shifting from the person you used to be to the person you were always meant to be. But the thing is, it doesn't happen in an instant. It's a transition. People think that awakening and ascension happens instantly. It doesn't. First of all, you go through your whole nervous system, through your whole body, through all of your chakras, healing each and every one of them. And that takes a lot of work within yourself, so lots of time for yourself, and again, lots of nurturing and reconnecting with yourself. once you're able to do that, that is how you get to slowly move away, change frequencies from the person you used to be. When you detach of those old personalities that you thought was who you were, and then because you've detached, you're learning now who to be without all of that. It's behind you. You're learning who to be, and as you learn who to be, it just happens. You automatically are changing, shifting, and the reality is the outside world hasn't.
Mama.
It's like a crash. It's
Yeah.
a crash between you and the outer world.
A tug of
Between-
war.
Yeah, between your soul and the system out here.
And I think this bridges nicely with what we've been learning this week. Mind, body, soul, and how you can get lost in your mind, but actually you have a heart for a reason. I just made a video about it. Okay, your heart is like your second brain, literally.
Wait, before we introduce the new mind, because even me, I'm interested with it, the mind, body, and soul. Are we done with this finding? So that you completely dive in.
Yeah.
We are done?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. What does it mean? Like when you think
Yeah.
about it, when we say mind, body, and soul, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah.
When we talk about wholeness, like when you really talk about your mind, body, and soul aligned, your nervous system centered, how to get there, what does it mean, what does it look like, and we're gonna dive into it.
Hey, I'm excited about it because it somehow feels like we are already out of that
Yeah.
mind state of explaining what is the mind.
Yay!
We
Yay!
are
Finally!
already- yeah, we are already out of it.
Yeah.
Like the information is integrating. It's has already integrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
So
get
now we are embodying. You
Yeah,
get to see
embodying.
embodiment in real life.
yeah. So if you get to that space
Mama.
of mind, body, and soul, you're trying to figure out what that means. That means you're already away from the danger.
Yeah.
You're far from the danger now. You're stepping. You're putting your feet on earth.
By the way,
Yeah.
learning to nurture mind, body, and soul, and literally have it in a straight unison. It has to be in a unison. And when it's in a unison, that is where sovereignty comes from. That's what sovereignty feels like. No matter what's happening outside, no matter the weather outside, no matter what your bank account says,
Now that's you.
you have constant peace, because I used to think that you need to look for happiness, but wherever happiness is, chaos follows. So what goes up must come down.
Where peace is, there is chaos.
Where peace is, there is chaos, and where fear is, there is control. And
Mama, this is
No, where fear is story, there is freedom.
oh yeah, where fear is, there's freedom. Sorry. And mind, body, and soul. You come a long way to get to that state. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of mistakes and a lot of relearning. Just remember to always pick yourself up, because we learn from failing. Okay, no one ever learns anything from success. Actually, we learn the most from failing. So allow yourself the possibility to fail over and over and over, and also show up for yourself enough to always pick yourself up and keep on going. Pick up from where you left off and keep on going. So I've been going through my awakening since November. And I got to a place now where I had been receiving lots of downloads in my mind, and I loved it. But it got to a point where all the downloads I was receiving in my mind, my nervous system couldn't hold it anymore. And it got heavy again, and I didn't understand. And then so when I'm in that state, I try to go back to reconnect with myself, because all the answers I'm looking for are within myself. Just like for you, by the way. All the answers you need to know about yourself are within yourself. All you have to do is make the time to reconnect with yourself. So I did that. I reconnected. I reached out to Esther, because we do that back and forth, where I'm like, hey, Esther, this is what's happening. And I can be a drama queen. So I'm like, ah. And she's like she's the grounded one. I'm the one who's flying up there. And she's like, yeah, okay, this is how I see it. Maybe from this angle. And then I'll look at it also from her angle. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're really right. But I need to go now and actually take time again with that information inside of myself, reconnecting it and seeing if it resonates, if it's true. And so it's been a beautiful back and forth. And we just recently learned that your heart is what Esther calls the third eye. People
Yeah,
think
the soul,
that the
yeah.
heart is the crown chakra, but we believe that the third eye is basically your heart
Yeah, the
because
soul, yeah.
it's where your spirit is. Okay, it's
It's
like
actually who you are.
it's who you
Your
are.
heart, yeah.
And not just that, your heart is we have this brain that we focused on, and we just thought that the heart pumps blood. And that's why even from way back they always used to say follow your heart, follow your heart. There is a meaning behind
yeah.
that. There is such a huge meaning behind that. Because when you learn to reconnect with yourself, you're gonna learn to listen to your heart. And your heart is basically your higher self, which knows things that your mind hasn't been able to perceive yet. You see, the mind needs logic. The mind needs assurance. The
Yeah.
mind needs validation. The mind needs to feel like it's being seen. And the mind needs just clarity. Okay? And where do you get that? Where do you get all of that so you can feed your mind? Because remember, what you feed your mind is who you become. It really is who you become. Feed your mind fear, you're gonna be in a constant state of fear. Feed your mind hope, you're gonna be in a constant state of hope. Feed your mind chaos, you're going to be in a constant chaos state. Okay? So goes back, remembering and nurturing yourself, loving yourself. You're gonna reconnect with your heart. And you're going to learn how to hear yourself. You're going to learn how to listen to yourself. You're going to learn to hear what is requiring from you for you to go in the direction that you need to go to, because we all have individual paths that we were laid out for us when we came here. And so if your heart and your mind are fractured, you're going to be stuck in this in-between of not knowing exactly who you are, where you stand, what is yours and what is not yours.
So that's where astral projection Tari comes in.
Yes.
The heart and the mind is not the same.
Yes, yes. And you need that unison. And
Yeah.
it's a step by step, of course. So first thing, I've been saying this for weeks. Take care of yourself. Learn to reconnect with yourself, because you're not just reconnecting. When I say reconnect with yourself, by the way, I mean reconnecting with your heart. Okay?
With the soul, use it soul.
Yeah,
Maybe
your
they
soul.
will understand better.
Yeah, reconnecting with your
The
soul.
soul, yeah.
Who you really are, because that's why we all have souls, and that's why the minute someone dies, when that soul is gone, it's just a body left,
Yeah.
because that soul is no longer there, it's gone, and that is who you are. And how do you learn to listen to your soul, your spirit, your heart?
Your heart, yeah.
Reconnecting. And you're gonna learn so many things about yourself. You're gonna learn so many things about your environment. You're gonna learn so many things about who you are, who you're becoming, and in which direction you need to walk, which things you need to let go of, which things you need to practice more. And
I also think that now the soul is the purpose now why you were sent on earth. Like whatever you were sent here, because I believe we just didn't come on earth. There's something, there's a reason why we are here. And by following your heart, by following your soul, that is what is directing you into your purpose.
yeah,
And then the mind is the one which is going to help the soul find its way.
Yeah.
Using your body.
Yeah.
The body is your temple.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
how Esther put it to me yesterday, and I loved how she put it across. I was
Yeah.
like, you're right. Let me go explore that. But no, seriously, that is why a lot of people have this emptiness inside of them that they can't describe. And of course, because it's uncomfortable, we try to feel it. We try to feel it because it's there for a reason, and it's uncomfortable. So we try to feel it, but instead of feeling it with our own selves, we feel it then with things that are just not fulfilling enough, and you have to constantly do it, you know.
The athlete, it's called athlete things.
Or not even just that. And I think that's where this identity crisis comes from, this identity masks and all of that, because you have this emptiness inside of you. You don't know who you really are. You don't know who you're supposed to be. So you put on an act of what people around you expect you to be.
Also, I think that's when people just walk with their mind. Like they're not fully walking with their soul. They're just walking with their mind.
Yes.
Because mind can easily trick someone.
Yes. Yep. It really does. It really does. And that is why this saying, you are what you feed yourself. You are what you feed your mind. You are what you believe about yourself. So what do you believe about yourself? And is it true? Is it your truth? Or is it other people's truths or perception of of you, but that's not basically or necessarily who you are.
So Tari, how do you live this mind, body, and soul? How do you live in that truth?
Yeah, that's where the that's where the work begins. Okay, so
Yeah.
it sounds easier said than done. I know. It's a lot of work, and healing is a lot of pain itself too, because shedding and detaching yourself from old identities is actually painful.
Yeah, very.
It's very painful.
I remember mine that time when I started, Tari, if you just touched me like this, I was feeling pain.
Because your nervous system was done.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey. But good thing I was in dark, you know.
Yeah.
I survived in dark.
Yeah.
Now people, they have online, like you every minute you just check. Now the mind just
too
keeps
much
going.
information.
You didn't give, people don't give themselves time to heal.
Not just that, we need to give ourselves time for the
Time.
information that we have learned about ourselves. By the way, this is where this is what integration is. When I talk about integration, you have received new information about yourself. You have noticed the old dissolving. You will notice because it literally feels like a void, like a death.
But Tari, before that, now this where you have to sit with that pain. You know, like I what I see now, it's like in this pain is instead of sitting in the pain and just trying to understand where is this pain coming from, how can I manage this pain? People are just checking online, tick, and then it's
see
gone.
it with themselves.
Yeah,
They're escaping
and distractions.
and distractions. Yes.
So I think it's good to sit on it. Like you just sit on it, confront it. Like you have to. That's why they say confront your fears.
Yes.
Confront your fears.
And that's what shadow work is all about,
Yeah.
by the way. You finally sitting with your fears and confronting your demons.
And so
your
that
darkness.
when you're just out of it, you're completely out. There is no aftermath.
Yeah. No. And I know, trust me, I said on Monday or something like that, on Tuesday, I don't remember anymore. I'm sending Esther a message. Sometimes that's what shadow work looks like.
Yeah.
And I was going through actually a major wound. And the thing is, for me, when it usually starts, I just have this sadness and heaviness inside me. And I know, okay, now I now know when I'm going through shadow work, when I'm going through this detaching of the old self, and it feels so uncomfortable. It literally feels like you're dying because it's an in-between.
It's like a dagger in the soul.
Yes, you're detaching the old, but the new hasn't latched on yet. And it's such an uncomfortable place to be in. But it's worth it. Yeah. Okay, so I was going through the major one. I had been running away from my anger for years. Because, I didn't see any effort. I didn't see, it wasn't going to change the past. So why go there? It wasn't going to change anything that happened. So why go there in the first place?
Anger.
I had
Anger.
I had it. I suppressed it for years. 33 years, I suppressed it. I had such a traumatic childhood. I don't want to get into that. But I had all this built-in anger inside about the things that happened that I never expressed because I knew it wasn't going to change anything. But I had to address it. I had to address it and really feel it.
Yeah.
And that was heavy. That was really heavy. How I did that, because I'm a mom and I don't want my children to see me fall apart because I want to protect them. I went into my sacred place where I go in the woods and I sat there and I let it out a good hour.
Did you cry?
I cried, I shouted, I screamed.
Have you done that? This shouting, screaming?
I did. I literally, you get to
God.
a place where you're like, okay,
just go.
this has to go out. So
Screaming.
I'm
going
gonna let it out. But
that.
after that you have clarification.
Yeah.
Because after that I had clarification of what was happening and what I was releasing, where I was at, and I feel instantly lighter. And it was only after. And this is another thing that I do with myself. I talk to myself out loud, and I just keep on going. And then I'm just hearing myself talk, because sometimes it's the best therapy. And then you can actually hear, and I actually realized that I was just grieving the life that was stolen from me, the childhood that was stolen from me. And I used to make excuses
for it.
And those excuses are valid as well. They're not entirely wrong or lies. They are valid excuses. but I still need to sit in a place, and I had to face it, and I had to feel it. Feeling is healing. Feeling is releasing, and I had to sit down, and it was so painful and uncomfortable. But I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, and also they should remember to be soft on themselves, easy on themselves. Yeah, because sometimes they come like a storm.
Yeah, they are like storms. They are like storms, and this goes back again to self-love. You're going to notice enough about yourself that when you start going through this releasing and this shadow moments, you can notice them now from afar. Okay, I'm going through shadow work right now, and I need to take care of myself. I need to nurture myself. I need to put as little on my plate today as possible because I don't feel well. There's something happening inside of me. I need to nurture myself. I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And that's...
And you will let it pass.
Yes, and because you've learned now to nurture yourself, you will automatically now know how to do it. You will now automatically know how to nurture yourself. You will automatically know when you need to push, when you need to pull back, when you need to call a friend and be like, hey, this is a bit heavy for me to process alone. Can you help me? What is your opinion or view on this? And it's not like I am getting my validation from Esther. I'm just getting insight. Because sometimes, because I keep on looking from one point of view, I miss the other.
Yeah.
And
also, we only have two eyes. We only see here.
Yeah.
We don't see here. We don't see back.
Yeah.
So you need some people to be able to see your back.
Yeah.
Be able to see on the other side, like they try and help you, like the angles.
Yeah, but by the way, you can only do that if you have really people you can really trust in your life, people you have the same like aligned vision with, and don't trust yourself to do that with people who are not going to pour back into you, or people you just necessarily don't, you know, when they're at, and
This walking away from people, actually, it's not a good thing, because you remember before people they went through all this, but we had elders.
yeah.
Like an elder will just call you and tell you, hey, here, this and this and this.
Yeah,
this
because
is what
we've
you're
learned
going
now,
through.
we've learned to put on masks, we've learned to play a role, we've learned to show everyone I can do it, I'm fine, I'm perfect, I don't have problems, I don't suffer with anything, and then we're suffering in silence.
Yeah, and this is what leads people into more problems, I guess.
Yeah. And so we want to go back to mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
Unison, sovereignty. It's such a beautiful place to be in, by the way. And it's possible to... I've been going up and down with it. I was going up and down with it, but now I finally learned what was stopping me from constantly staying in that state, and that was I was still in my mind. I was still letting my mind dictate, and my mind right now is full of fear, anxiety, because the world around me still looks like it was before my awakening.
Yeah, I think I've seen
So, but now I'm training my heart, I'm training my mind to pull from my heart. Because my heart has the vision. My heart knows where we're going. My heart knows who I'm becoming.
And it knows who you are even.
It knows who I am. It knows my core essence. Before the world told me who to be, before I even figured out who I was, my heart knows. So now I'm learning my mind to take from my heart. Because your mind is constantly scanning for, okay, what's happening? Where should I be?
Who am I shooting next?
Yeah. What is happening? How can I move forward? I want to go in that direction, but I can't seem to go in that direction.
And it's exhausting.
It is exhausting being in your mind. That's why in German they say Gruben. Gruben. This constantly thinking. It's like a hamsterrad, constantly on this hamster wheel. And so now, how do you learn to be in a sovereign state? How do you learn to have mind, body, soul unison? Again, take care of your heart, learn to reconnect with your heart, and then you're gonna learn at some point, like I was in the last 2 weeks. Now your heart and your mind are a constant war because your heart is saying trust the process. You're being taken care of. Do your part, stay in alignment, love wholly, be your authentic self. And I'm like, okay, I got this, I can do that. But then your mind is like, wait a minute.
The
mind is like, you know, this bill has to be paid next month. You know, this person, and then
you have to be millionaire by the age of 40.
And then comes the triggering people who have now seen you heal and they don't understand it and they're triggered. Literally, people are triggered by someone else healing. And that is because they are
You
in
remind
a bad
them.
place themselves.
Yeah.
You remind them of things about themselves they don't
Yeah.
like about themselves,
They
or
don't
they're
want, yeah,
or
to
they're
face,
running
yeah.
away from. Things they're running away about from
That's
themselves.
why it's very important to be in a company of people who are whole, because people who are whole, they don't have this thing like what is she doing? Where is
Competition,
she? Yeah,
jealousy,
they just see you.
backstabbing. It's exhausting.
Very.
It's exhausting.
You really need whole people.
No, you need whole people, and not just whole people. You start seeing now when people try to trigger you. First of all, because you've healed, you have nothing to trigger anymore. I'm really in a place where the people in my life right now cannot trigger me. Even if I catch myself being jealous, okay, for example, if I catch myself being jealous of where someone else is, for me now, I'm asking myself, what is it about them that
is
I
making
want,
you, yeah.
that I'm ready, what power in me is ready to show, what power in me is ready to come out that I've been suppressing, by the way. So, anyway, so people will start triggering you and all of those things, and it's all in your mind. And then you start second guessing, and then you start again trying to look for validation from externals, from jobs, people, family, whatever is around you. Okay, so then I had to go back. I had to go back to my heart because I needed clarity. I needed clarity of what's going on.
Actually,
what am I doing
it was your heart
wrong?
which was calling you
Yeah,
back.
yeah. And I was like, maybe I misunderstood something. I always do this when I feel like I'm not understanding the lesson. I go back.
Me, Tari, my friends, they know I'm an overthinker. Me too. And I was okay with it. You people call me overthinker, it's okay. But I know what goes on here, and I try to. I've also been in that place where I'm just looking, trying to see what is happening here. Why are they acting like this? You know, that survival mode. Until to that place where I was just okay.
Because you were
whatever-
looking for external validation.
Yeah.
Now I really don't care
Yeah.
what anyone thinks, because first of all, they're going to talk anyway, and second, I understand it has nothing to do with me. Half the time it's
Yeah.
projections of their own shadows,
Fear. Also, their fear.
their
that
own
they try to
fears
project it,
that
yeah.
they're afraid to go near, that they're afraid to touch. So I understand that now, and also understanding that I can only control myself. I cannot control any outcomes, and I cannot control other people's reactions over me. I cannot. I
And
can
it's
accept my own.
A powerful place, because
Yeah.
when you stand in that moment,
Yeah.
in that place, everything starts adjusting itself.
Yeah.
Even those people who are like, they're like, I cannot step there.
No.
They will start treating you with respect.
Yeah, but first of all, remember, be patient. If it's taking you a while to readjust to the new person you're becoming, it's also gonna take the people in your environment to readjust to the person you're becoming.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, going back to mind, body, soul, unison. What I've had to learn this week, and I hope someone will learn something from it as well. Your heart. It's gonna be so painful to some point in your mind, and be stuck on this wheel, and that you're like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. I'm actually doing something wrong, and then you go back within you, try to figure out what it is. And when I went back inside and I tried to figure out what it was, and then also with exchanging with Esther, I figured out that my mind was still trying to agitate, and because my mind was still looking at the outside world, my mind knows where the heart is, okay? But it's like, nothing out here has changed. The external world is still exactly the same. And so this is where now you walk by faith and not by sight comes from. Walking in faith and not by sight. Walking in alignment and not by what you see around you. Because what you see around you, first of all, is always constantly changing. And you do not have control over that at all. Money. Yeah, so go back to your heart. Go back to reconnecting. Listen to yourself. Love yourself wholly, fully, completely. Go back every single day. Make time for yourself. Love yourself. Learn what does that look like for yourself, to the point where you don't need external validation. And when we talk about mind, body, soul, unison, is when you finally learn that when your nervous system, your heart, and your mind are united,
It's already integrated. Eh?
moving into one goal. And that goal is you're enough. You don't need anyone's approval or permission to be who you are, who you were always meant to be. You don't need external people to teach you how to love yourself. And you don't need permission from anyone to live the life that you want to live.
And chasing your own goals, your own purpose at your own time.
Yeah. And if you're stuck in the mind, if you're going through awakening and you're stuck in the mind, just take a break, do some groundwork, go for a walk, and try and do it the other way around. Esther had been telling me this for months already, and I was refusing to listen, and I had to learn the hard way. Listen to your heart, okay? I know it sounds cliche, but listen to your heart. It's trying to tell you something, and really listen. And if you don't know how to listen to your heart, start by taking care of yourself.
First, you have to shut the mind.
No, not necessarily. Not
Because
necessarily.
you can't hear the heart with this noise.
No, but if you go in with the intent of I want to listen to myself, first of all, whatever thoughts that come in your mind, allow them. They're there for a reason. They're seeking an audience with you for a reason. If you keep on blocking them to the side, they're just going to keep on showing up. They're showing up for a reason. They're a signal. It's like when you're driving a car and your dashboard is saying you're out of fuel. You can take a book and just smash it, like from the movie, like the penguins did from the movie, and they just slash it. Like, yeah, we're fine now. You're just gonna drive maybe 50 meters and then, or maybe 5 kilometers and you're out of fuel.
But how do you bring yourself back when the mind is running?
Grounding.
Yeah, shown grounding, but how do you see the mind now is walking? You've already reached Kenya, you've already reached America. How do you bring your back here where you are?
For me, I always try to ground. When I notice I'm in that state now, I shut it down. Shut it down, whatever it is, and I shut it down. I put it on pause. Yeah, I put it on pause. If it gets too much, I put it on pause. I go back to grounding. And sometimes it's just like being tired. You know, when you're tired, you're not as
And grounding, Tari, can also be like you just open your eyes and you see what is next to you, like
feeling your feet.
Yeah.
I do this thing where I forget sometimes. We can be so stuck in lifetime routines and all of that. And that's where the self-awareness comes from. Just, we don't even sometimes forget we have feet. We use them every day.
Yeah.
Up and down. Stretching is one of them. What is it called? Somatic?
Somatic, yeah.
Somatic.
Have you done them?
And not necessarily like what they say, but I follow my own body and I move.
Yeah. Okay.
I try to follow my own body and I can feel where it's
Wait, sorry, I can show you small. I remember when I was so high, like it's so high, like I had to hum.
Yeah,
I
hum also. I hum also. Literally just
My
humming.
kids were like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, because you know what, humming is soothing. It's your.
I was somehow I thought my head is like too big. I cannot even see anymore. Everything was just going like this, and this humming, it's a way of bringing in
your
the
nervous
air.
system.
Yeah.
The nervous system.
So that the brain can be able at least to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so first of all, humming or singing, I sing. I sing a lot to myself. I sing for myself.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, for me, music. Okay, I can pull myself out of anything with music. If I notice, okay, this is I'm in down too deep, and try to look for something that matches the energy that I'm trying to go for. So music helps me a lot, and especially music tied in with movement. So if I'm cleaning, then music. I'm cooking, cleaning, music.
Do you dance?
I dance in the shower.
Dancing helps.
Do you know what you're doing when you're dancing? And you're literally reconnecting with your inner child.
You look like somehow you found me. I look like a spiritual person doing moves that I don't even know where they're coming from.
Yeah,
they're
because
just coming from the body.
It's you releasing that energy, that tension. It's the same with somatic music. But that's also that's really nurturing your inner child.
Yeah, minutes. Yeah.
That's nurturing
like
your inner child.
listening to the soul. You know, there's a soul. If you're too much on your head, the soul gets tired. Like, why are you fixing me too much? Like you're crowding your soul.
No, it's too much for the nervous system.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't have the patience to sit with something. Do you understand? I make the same mistake. Sometimes I don't have the patience to sit with something because I'm eager to keep on going.
Yeah.
And but the nervous system doesn't work that way, and the lessons don't work that way. You have to let the lessons sit in,
Yeah.
integrate them before you can embody them. Ta-da! Wow.
So yeah, you will find yourself doing movements. There's a way your body moves
Yes.
when it needs, and then there's thing when you see you're already coming out from your mind and you're integrating to your body. Your body will speak. It will tell you. It will show you the movements to do
Yeah.
and what to do. Yeah.
Not just that, you're nurturing yourself, your inner child. We all have one, and again, all of these things we're talking about, we now know how to take care of ourselves. We now know how to soothe our nervous system. All those things you learn by going within, getting to know yourself, connecting with yourself, knowing who you are, listening to your heart. Okay, so I've always done this, but now, dancing.
Yeah. There are some people, different people. Like for me, it's more dancing movements.
Movement, yeah.
There are some people.
I actually
Probably
think it's
just
somatic
sitting. Yeah.
movement as well. By the way, I cannot dance to save my life. I'm so stiff. I'm so stiff, but I enjoy
And there are
it.
people who read, like they will sit and read, or just sit and be quiet, like you now. You meditate.
I meditate. Depends on
Me,
where
my
I'm at.
meditation is movement. I meditate through movement.
That used to be me, but now I've switched. Now I think that's where I was. I remember you were saying like, Tari, you're always up and down.
Yeah.
Now I'm more now into this proper stillness. I just want to sit and just
So that's solitude.
feel. I want to feel each and every part of my body, because sometimes if you pay enough attention, you can feel where the pain is or where the tension is, and you can actually release it.
Me right now, it's here. I don't know if you know anything about that. I have some time to hear. I
Yeah,
don't know what I will do.
yeah. I might have a feeling what it's about, but I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Yeah,
But that Tari is a good healer, you guys, huh? One day I will tell you people.
Yeah.
I will tell you.
It's something I discovered. One of the gifts that came online when I remembered who I was is also remembering. By the way, that's also another thing. When you remember who you are, you're gonna remember whatever talents or gifts that you came here to give the world, but they're literally being buried under your tired and exhausted nervous system. And yeah, that's exciting things too. Like I can read energies. I can feel energies. I can read energies. That means I can talk to ancestors or dead people. I can really feel the energies.
And the tension. You also get the tension out.
And now wherever I go, I can read people's energies before. So yeah, like I started a new job, I can read people's energies of where I'm working, and I'm like, okay, this is how it is here, and it's a
Your
nice.
veil is down.
Yeah,
But
of
you
course.
need to be careful with this veil down.
Yeah, of course. That needs a lot of not control but discernment, temperance. Okay, you need to learn how to balance it. It's very important.
Do you walk with the veil down, or you choose when to put it down?
When I need it.
It's always up. Oh.
No, I've never really actually thought about it, but now that I think about it, I think when I need it.
Yeah, that's when it goes
Yeah,
down.
I think when I'm unsure about someone, or if I'm unsure about a certain situation, that's when I really, because for you to actually read an energy, you have to really like concentrate mind, body, and soul into that energy for you to actually understand what it is, what it's trying to tell. And that same goes with like listening to the wind and all of that. But that's a topic for way down the road.
Coming, yeah.
You people are not ready for it yet.
We just came out from the mind now.
Yeah, I have a feeling that some of the things that we're talking about already, people might not understand because they're not there.
They do.
But we're still going to talk about it anyway, because this is how people get to know and learn. And
yeah, I think someone who is in need already understands what you're saying.
Yeah,
someone who is in need, probably it's just that they don't want to accept, they don't want to get there. It's a choice again.
Yeah.
This healing, self-discovery, it's a choice.
Yeah.
There are some people who choose not to do it. There are some people, because it's a really like solitude. Not everyone can solitude.
No.
Just to be able to be alone with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Not everyone can do that.
But I'm so happy that I've finally come now from this trauma healing journey. I'm so happy. I can feel it.
You are here now.
Woo! It
gone.
was It was a long stretch road, but
it's gone.
it's nice to be
And
on
don't
the other
even
side.
call it back.
No,
Should stay there.
why would I? For who? Why?
With thoughts, sometimes that's why the mind is very powerful. Sometimes it just goes. You're seated here minding your own business, Tari, but your mind is going somewhere where it doesn't even belong.
No, this is the thing that I've learned. If everything goes as it has gone for me, and I know experiences are different, okay, depending on who you are, your processing, and all of that. But I finally got the last tip of clarity I needed, and that came with so much freedom. And now that I have it, it's like you will be handed tools. I remember sitting down a few weeks back, and there's a spot that I go in the woods, and it's beautiful, and I sit there, and I remember going there, and I said, it's nice that I'm healed and I'm awake and all of that. Wow.
Yeah.
And but I need actual tools on how to navigate this world, because I felt like, okay, I have all this. Wow, Imani. Imani wants to show his painting. Isn't it great?
Come
Mach
here.
weiter, guck mal. Da. Da? Yeah. So the thing is, when you've gone through awakening and you've gone through immense healing and shadow work, automatically you have so much knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and anyway. But it's because your outside world hasn't shifted yet, yeah? You're going to feel like, I need actual tools I can use. Actual tools I can use to help me integrate and embody this energy and hold this frequency. And one of the tools that I had asked for is the one that came recently, on understanding my mind, understanding my heart, understanding my nervous system, allowing that to unify and feeding your mind. Okay, you are what you feed your mind. Where you're feeding your mind from, you are what you think, you are what you believe. That is so important. Your mind has such power and control over you, but the thing is, you have the responsibility to feed it, to nurture it. Okay, you are responsible for yourself.
Control your mind.
You control your mind and who you're becoming and who you need to become, how to get yourself out of any situation that you're in. And how do you do that? Goes back to your heart, your nervous system. Connect those first. Heal that. Learn how to listen to your heart. When you learn how to listen to your heart, you have the right information to send up to your mind. You have the right information to feed your mind. Because you have to feed your mind. If you don't feed your mind, it will feed itself on whatever crumbs it's finding outside.
Yeah.
Whatever crumbs it's finding outside, and that's what will be people's gossip, the news. They said this about me. No.
And then, Tari, this part where you have to control your mind, it's your soul controlling your mind. Your soul needs to tell your mind where it's going, not your mind telling you where
Yes,
you're
this is what
going.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're now feeding your mind
Yeah.
from your heart. Yes.
So wherever spinning the head, and you feel like the mind is trying to take you there,
Go back. It's a sign that you need to go and
Right,
reconnect,
yeah.
get more information from yourself, so you can properly re-educate your mind.
And me, I have tools for you, Tari. You need tools.
I need tools.
I have tools for you.
Yeah.
Come, we'll be cooking. And we do these somatic trainings.
Yeah, the somatic, we should do it together.
Yeah.
We should do it together.
We should find time, and also we should find time and be cooking. Actually, it will be nice to be cooking with them.
To do a live and cook.
Yeah, we cook. We try and cook Zimbabwean food.
Yeah.
And we cook Kenyan food while we are connecting, since we need tools.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if whatever we were talking about has spoken to anyone.
Yeah.
And we are going to try and be here every Thursday. As long as I'm not working on that day, I'm not sure yet. But we're going to try to be here every Thursday, like we've been
Yeah.
the last couple of weeks.
This is our sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah, sixth.
Yeah.
Oh, we've done it. Way. We need to go some outing. Maybe we should do a outing. with
Yeah,
people.
yeah, we should definitely. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in, for joining us, for watching us, for supporting us. It would mean the world to us if you could please go to our pages and like our pages. we are just people who are passionate about growth, healing, awareness, life, and we are trying to create a community because we are human beings who were made to live, to support each other, and now we're living in a society where we're constantly putting each other down, constantly judging each other, constantly competing with each other. That is no way to live. It's exhausting and it's just tiring. And to those who are ready for this new kind of living, where we support each other and we talk about life unfiltered, no masks. Come join us.
Yeah, and then also you guys tell us like what you would like to add to the conversation. What you think? What are your thoughts? Where are we missing? Where are we getting it?
Give us your point of view.
Yeah.
We would love to hear your point of view.
Yeah.
And that's how we learn. Iron sharpens iron. We mirror each other. That's how we've been learning, because we've been mirroring back and forth. Because and also just be careful out there, okay? The right people will come to you. Don't settle unless if it's real, okay? And just in the meantime, focus on yourself and reconnecting with yourself, so that when the right people come into your life, you can recognize them. Yeah. Not just that, you can recognize them. So anyway,
in fact, me, I've lost a lot of people because of being detached.
Yeah.
Like I even remember there was once one person told me, Elsa, you are a right person, but in a very wrong place. Very wrong place. Because when you're in a wrong place, people come, they just leave you there. Yeah. So you also have to be in the right place.
Yes.
To be able
so work on yourself so you can attract the people that you need in your life, and they will come automatically. I never thought I would have a very genuine friendship at 34. It's hard to make friends when you're older.
Yeah.
And so I had so many friends, but none of them were real. You know, we never talked real life. We never talked real problems. And we all just suffered in our own corners and pretending that we had life perfectly figured out when we didn't. And why? It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
A burden shared is half solved.
Yes, and if like that African alone you will go far, but together you will go further. Okay.
And here I'm tuning in from YouTube.
Yeah.
And my YouTube people, I know you guys. I see you. Sorry that I haven't been able to reply, but I see you. You people are very strong. You need to come. Start bringing yourself in front here, because you're still sitting.
Yeah.
Bring yourself in front. We are doing this because of you.
Yeah. Because we care about people, and the thought of that someone is out there suffering alone in silence, it just it hurts to think about that.
We've been there. We know it. We've been through this fire. We see it. So instead of allowing it, or maybe we can help one or two not really to go through that fire. There's a way they can escape it. Yeah. If we can be able to do that, then we've done our doing.
Yes. Yes. And anyway. Yeah. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you too.
This is the Village in Us.
Tari people.
Esther people.
Yeah.
My name is Tari.
Yeah.
This is Esther. This is the Village in Us, and thank you for being a part of our village today. Hopefully, till next time.
Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao.
Are you already in World Cup? Yes.